What's up, guys? Versus Z. So check this out. This isn't a review. This is kind of an update of what I've already done. I'm not gonna, go ahead and talk about articulation or anything. This is gonna be well, I can't say a short video because I might have a lot of things to say, like always. But yeah, we're looking at an update of Deluxe class Sideways from Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, and some of you have been keeping up, I guess, with the progress on him. But right now, he's pretty much done. Pretty much done. Aside from a couple of things that I might add on or change later on, like I don't know. We'll talk about that as I go through. But what you're looking at right now, what I've done is I've taken the black part here. Not the black part. I've taken the top section here, the entire top section, and something's wrong with this. There you go. I've taken the entire top section and painted it black to match as close as possible without going too far with it. Match the movie. If you guys could Google Revenge of the Fallen or ROTF Sideways Audi R8, you guys will get the images of what the Audi actually looked like. More or less, it was like this. The only, I guess, difference, or the only thing that isn't as accurate as it should be, the rims, which I went over with gunmetal, Tamiya gunmetal. It's in acrylic paint. I left the lips of the rim, the lip of the wheel is just polished. I might go over that with the plated silver, but I'm not sure if that will really make a difference, because here, I don't know if you guys can catch that, but right there actually went with the plated silver. It really doesn't look like much changed, but yeah, I don't know. I might leave that alone. Also, right here, this different is the red stripe. It looked nice at first, the metallic red, but I'm kind of unsure of whether or not I want to go over that with black, because if you look here, for those of you who remember, it was actually metallic red right here on the lip too, but I figured it would look cooler if it was black, kind of like a carbon fiber or an aluminum painted lip painted black. So what do you guys think? Should I leave that side area red, or go over it with black like this? Because I feel like the red will accent the colors in alt mode at least, so it looks a little bit more sportier. But I at the same time, I feel if I went over it with black, it would be a little more, I would say, accurate to some degree. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about that. Also, over here in the front, these little areas here are black on the actual car, so I went over that with black. Back here, of course, on the taillight section, they were in black. The taillights were clear at first. Yeah, they were clear at first, so I went ahead and went over them with some Tamiya clear red. The back there, you kind of see that that highlight in the back. So basically, what that is I took the pieces off from the screw that connected to, and on that section right there is actually you can actually highlight this section right here with I don't know, I use the silver plated marker to kind of bring this out here, so it looks like there's an actual division in the taillight. So I think that was pretty awesome. There's also one thing that I missed out on. I could probably add on because I did not realize this was here at first. But there's this little, I would say, a slope in the piece right here. Typically, that is where more lights could be for other cars, more like brake lights or reverse lights. So I might actually go over with that with some clear red. We'll see, or some metallic red. Yeah, everything I say is accurate enough to some degree. Oh, and the headlights here, there's a little round shape molded into the plastic, not onto the clear piece, but molded into the plastic. And I went over that with some plated silver, let that dry, and went over it with some Tamiya clear blue. The effect is this, but what I was trying to accomplish was the HID headlight effect, which could have been done better, I honestly believe, but I don't know, I kind of just left that alone as is. And also right here in the grill section, how the grill is just highlighted around the edges. Audis, to my knowledge, a lot of the Audi cars you'll see have a highlighted chrome edge on the grill, so I went ahead and did that too. I think the only other alright, so I kind of lost track here. The rims and the red stripe are not accurate. They're additions by me. The one thing that is missing that I did not feel like doing was putting the Audi rings. There's 4 rings kind of looped together, and then on this particular car, if you go Google the images, there's actually 4 stripes coming from the Audi halos, or the Audi loops, or whatever you want to call them, coming from them all the way to the back. I don't know how far. Maybe it ends right here, but yeah, I just didn't feel like doing that. I got a little bit lazy, and I kind of got satisfied with the overall look here. I think if I added the stripes, it would look nice, I guess, but I like plain simple. So that's it for the all mode. Let me oh, then he was actually what I do. Semi-gloss coated him. Yeah, I semi-gloss coated him. Let that dry and put it I sprayed some clear coat on him. So you kind of, I don't know, it doesn't show up on camera too well, but there's definitely a difference in how it looked like at first. Oh, and then there's the engine right there. Forgot to mention that. So let me transform him real quick, and you guys can get a look at what I did to his alt mode. I'm sorry, his robot mode. Okay, so now here he is in his robot mode. Doesn't look all that different from originally. I guess the only thing you can notice is that right here now it's no longer a huge silver piece like it was normally, and adding that little highlight there really adds to just the overall look on his chest. I did some dry brushing on his arms and everything to kind of give him more or less of the black and a little bit more of the silver highlights, because if you look at CG photos of Sideways, he's actually entirely silver rather than black. But I guess Hasbro was not going to have that, so they decided to use black and red. He actually has no red at all on his body in the CG shot of him. So I try my best to highlight that with silver. Like I mentioned earlier, give me another Sideways figure. I absolutely love this mold. I absolutely love the figure. Just give me like another Sideways figure, and I'll do like a completely whole different paint job application, or just a whole different project with it. Just give it an entire makeover, just off the things that I've learned here and there. But yeah, I actually ran into a couple of problems transforming him. I totally forgot to top coat after dry brushing. So if you're, I guess, like me, and you have sweaty fingers, sweaty hands, and it just happens a lot even in the coldest weather, then you need to top coat your figure or whatever you had painted, dry brush or whatever, just to make sure that none of that paint, even though it's days old or even weeks old, none of that paint rubs off on your fingers. Oh, sorry, and it gets all over the place. A couple things that you're not seeing back here. I've also dry brushed so you can get the highlights and the details back here in the panels. But I think a lot of the details on these Transformer figures come from the panels that don't really show, like the kibbles and stuff. I'm really excited to do this kind of work on my Deluxe Jolt. Right now, Sideways is my official first. For lack of a better phrase or word, my first, half custom paint job on a Transformer figure. I was really inspired to do these kind of things, looking at all these images on the Transformer forums and stuff like that. I'm not part of them. I just kind of came across the images, but this is some really inspiring stuff, and it really adds some high definition. Oh, I don't know about high definition, but it really kind of just brings out the figure, and it definitely makes it look less of a toy rather than, it makes it look less of a toy. So, I plan on doing this with all my Transformers figures. Which one next, I have no idea. But from a lot of things that I learned, I'm actually going to try to apply those to future Gundam models, mostly master grades, that I plan on getting for future projects. But yeah, sorry, I was trying to close, but my battery died. I was just gonna say, give me feedback, guys. Like, what do you guys think of this custom, or what do you guys think about this paint application? Is there anything that I could improve on? Anything that I could change on this figure specifically? Or if there are any figures that I've reviewed that you guys are looking forward to, let me know which ones. Because I'm kind of indecisive about which one to do next. I'm leaning towards doing Deluxe Jolt, But yeah, give me feedbacks, comments, or anything like that. Anything helpful, anything, any tips, anything you guys liked, anything you guys didn't like about this figure, or not the figure, but the paint app. But overall, I think this figure is great. It's wonderful. Even before the paint app, it's a great mold, but it's very hard to come across right